boy, some delicious coconut balls made with just 2 ingredients. Plus the decoration. Hello, sweet tooths. Look what I have here. There's some delicious coconut balls in the style of Raffaello, spectacular, and they're super easy to make. They only need 2 ingredients. Since we're at it, we'll give you more options and use the same dough to make different decorations later. With chocolate, with white chocolate, and so on. Let's see if you like them, and then you can tell me which one you like the most. Let's go for it. We just need 2 ingredients, 250 grams of dried shredded coconut and 375 grams of condensed milk. For decoration, optional, I use 250 grams dark chocolate, 15 grams, butter, 50 grams, white chocolate, and cocoa powder to coat some of them. Anyway, the basic ones already look really nice and taste great, and I'll show you how I make them. I put the coconut in a large bowl and add just the condensed milk, no extras or fuss. This is super easy. Let's use a spatula or a wooden spoon to get every last drop and also to stir. That's what it's all about. You have to keep stirring and stirring until the texture is completely smooth. So let's keep stirring. You'll see how the coconut absorbs the moisture from the condensed milk until you have a thick paste like the one you see here, which you can already handle. What we'll do is press it down well with the help of a spatula or the bottom of a glass so it becomes nice and compact, really pressed down. And once we have it like this, look, completely pressed down. Cover the container and set it aside in the fridge for at least an hour so it firms up. Hello, look, this is the key moment. You have to let the mixture cool down a bit so the coconut compacts. That way you can make the balls later. Much easier. After about an hour, we can take out our dough because here we'll have the base for this spectacular dessert. And I'm gonna get the chocolate ready, maybe make some decoration. I put chopped chocolate together with butter in a relatively large bowl and put it in the microwave. We're going to have it on medium power for about a minute. After that time, we take it out and stir. If it's already liquid, that's good. If not, repeat the process. In fact, just to be sure, I usually do it in 30-second intervals, that's all. It turns out like this. It seems solid, but when I move it, the bottom is liquid. I stir it a little and give it at least another 30 seconds. I like to do it this way, in short intervals, because I make sure it doesn't splatter and I don't like making a mess. Once we've heated it up and it's ready to melt completely, all that's left is to stir it around. So we're going to take it, give it the final touch, and when we see it's ready, we stir it, you see? Like this. Now it's perfect, we're gonna give it a few more stirs. Like this, quick. You'll notice how the heat starts to melt all the chocolate, and it turns into a kind of creamy, shiny liquid. This one here, perfect. Now we're going to take that coconut we just took out of the fridge. And we're going to place next to it a tray lined with silicone or gold paper. The point is that it doesn't stick. Anything works, even paper or plastic wrap, and we're going to make little balls. I take a small piece of dough and press it firmly with my hand to compact it. Look, this is the texture. You press your finger and the mark stays. Perfect. And now, as I said, we press down and with the help of our palms, we're going to roll it to make a little ball. Just like that, very good. We give it the shape we want and repeat the process with all the dough. In the end, you're going to have a big tray like the one you see here, and then we have it. We're going to coat it with the shredded coconut itself. 2 ingredients, condensed milk and shredded coconut, and you get some coconut balls that turn out spectacular. I assure you I love it. The taste is sweet and fresh at the same time, and the texture? Look, look, look up close. Let's see if I can focus it. Look, look, look. It looks amazing. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Wait, let me focus the camera. There. You can't tell me you don't want to pop one in your mouth, right? We already have the recipe ready. 2 ingredients for some coconut balls. Delicious. Now that we want to take it up a notch, we're gonna make a presentation tray and we want more colors. Well, for that, we've prepared the chocolate. We're going to coat one with plenty of chocolate. I'm telling you, we have the container right next to us. We place it with the help of a spoon, we turn it over, and now with a small fork, we're going to move it. And place it on that tray that already has. Lined it with a bit of silicone or a bit of baking paper. The point is that the chocolate doesn't stick there. So it doesn't stick, okay? So we place the little ball and we're going to do the same thing again. Well, for example, with a whole row, once we have the entire row, I like to give it a touch of contrast by sprinkling a little more shredded coconut through a strainer or sieve. Like snow, and they look super cool. Other nice balls? Come on, let's coat another one with chocolate. There, let's make another whole row of this type of balls. If they don't fall, even better. There it is. Cocoa, condensed milk. Alright, once that row is ready, we're gonna blend some white chocolate. What? Well, just like with the dark one. Heating it in the microwave in short intervals and stirring from time to time so that the heat we generate in the microwave spreads evenly. Come on. This. You can do this in a saucepan over the fire or preferably in a double boiler for more even results. But anyway, we use a pastry spatula, squeeze bottle, piping bag, or carefully drop it with a spoon. And we put some white lines over these chocolate balls. Filled with coconut cream. They look so good, don't they? Hey, I love sharing ideas. Check out these with just coconut on the outside. We can also add a contrast, which I think will look really good with a bit of the leftover chocolate. See? Using the same spoon without a bottle, you can create lines that will look great. And another decoration. The typical truffle, in this case, when you bite it, you'll notice it's a coconut truffle. This might be one of the best because the contrast between the cocoa and the sweetness of the condensed milk is just perfect. So we're going to prepare this batch. That way, in the end, you'll have a tray with all these varieties and this amazing look. You can't say that doesn't look amazing, right? When it's time for dessert, you bring out this amazing tray and people are going to be left wide-eyed. And they won't know that, what? It was super easy to prepare and all the insides are done. All the balls with just 2 ingredients. Look, look, look how the original one looks. The coconut one, the shredded coconut one. Look, 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 how beautiful. But are there more options? If you want to make things a bit more complicated like I do, you can make the truffle ones, which turn out truly sensational. You can make them with some chocolate stripes, which I think the contrast of white on chocolate looks perfect. You can coat them in chocolate for those with a sweet tooth with some white chocolate stripes. Or the ones that I think are more balanced and look more appetizing. Coated in chocolate with shredded coconut on top, go ahead and surprise someone with this recipe, and you know what to do next. Enjoy it. We finished the recipe, and I hope you really liked it. I also hope that down here in the comments, you tell me which one you liked more, the coconut one? The coconut one dipped in chocolate, or the one with something sprinkled on top? The cocoa truffle one of the audience's favorites, because it mixes the bitterness of the cocoa with the sweetness inside, or the chocolate one? White chocolate stripes. Tell me down here in the comments, and that way I can also learn a bit about your tastes. You can also watch this video. You can tell by its appearance that it'll be great, right? Or you can click here to subscribe to the channel. Also, remember to turn on the bell and notifications so that every Wednesday and Saturday you'll be notified that we have a new sweet recipe, and down here if you want savory recipes. With the Golosolandia team.